Hello, welcome to English 102. My name is Allison Cornelli, and I'm going to be your instructor. I'm so happy to be with you for the next 7.5 weeks. I'm looking forward to speaking with you in the discussion boards and grading your assignments and creating a really nice community as we work through English 102 research and writing for the workplace. Lots of good stuff, a lot of opportunities for you to start really thinking about how you're going to be conducting research and writing when you get to your career, your future career, which is why you're here at college, right? Because you want to work on first getting your degree so you can move on and work in your dream job. So we're going to be doing a lot of that here. So I want you to look around. I wanted to kind of give you an overview of what we do each week in the course. We're together for 7.5 weeks, and that goes by very quick. But I know you guys are up to the task. So I want to give you some hints today so you can do your best and be successful and not only just pass the class, but do really well and put your best foot forward and really start working toward your ultimate goal, and that is graduation. Okay, so this is kind of what the landing page will look like. You'll see English 102, and then you have your left-hand navigation here. When you open this class, it'll come right to the announcements page. And right now, you can, with this video, you can only see this first original announcement. But by the time I send this video out, you'll see the next one, and it'll have our weekly information on it. So you'll see it, and you'll always see this line here where it says new announcements up here below the line, and then you'll see the latest one, and then they'll stack up, and you'll be able to go back and well, what did she say in that one announcement? You'll be able to go back and review it. So one of the things when you're just getting started with the class is go to the Welcome Start Here page, right? Makes sense. So when you click on that, there's lots of goodies in here. And again, this will be here through the whole course, so you can always click back over here if you need, if you want to remember something from the syllabus or the schedule. It's all in here, okay? So here's my information and how to get in touch with me. And then also down here are the introductory documents. You have classroom expectations, supplemental syllabus, tracking calendar, course syllabus, session dates, and the ADA disclosure. So big hint right here is you have an introductory documents quiz for week 1. So guess where you're going to find all of the answers. So make sure that you've looked at all of these documents before you take that quiz. Okay, so and not only to do well in the quiz, but the reason we have that is so that you have found all the important things about the late policy, which nobody's going to do that, right? You want to turn everything in on time, get full credit for every assignment. But there is a late policy in there, and ways to get in touch with me. The tracking calendar is something that you can download. So all of these are documents that you can download and keep on your computer or your device. Some people like to print them out. That's great. You don't have to. You can have them, and you can easily store them either on a cloud drive or a thumb drive, or some way that you can get to them. Okay, so here's all the kind of the getting started in the course. So here, if you need to look more about how Blackboard works, here's some of the videos on how to do that, how to submit an assignment, how to look at feedback, how to post in discussion, which a lot of you have already gotten started with that, so that's awesome. Okay, so you can keep going to the next part, which is our weeks. So this is kind of the crux of what we're going to do. These are where all the assignments are, where all the lectures are each week. So what'll happen, there we go. All of mine are loaded, but yours are going to be loaded week by week. So when you log on to and click on that weeks button, it'll come up with the current week that we're at. So right now, you'll only be seeing week 1. Okay, so so then you just click on that to get started, and then always at the very top is the lecture. So you'll want to click this open, and it is kind of an interactive lecture that's going to talk about the weekly topic, which this week is getting started with grammar. So there's some grammar topics in there, and there's some little activities within the lecture that you can do some self-checks, which is helpful. There's also a really nice feature that I know a lot of students like is this is the Word document of everything that's in the lecture. So you can print this out. Some people like to highlight it, take notes while you're going through the lecture, and that's great. Or just even having it on your screen so you can just kind of take notes just using your computer. You don't have to have it printed out. Okay, so week 1, we have an icebreaker discussion board. Okay, the discussion board is really how we're going to get to know each other and really communicate about the different topics. So this week is a pretty easy icebreaker because I'm just asking you some questions about yourself, about what you're studying, the program that you're studying. So just kind of go through here and answer these questions, and then what'll happen on each discussion board is you will post your discussion. You want to try and do it as early in the week as you can, but we ask that you do it by Wednesday of the week. So today, week 1 starts on Wednesday, so we hope that you get that in there pretty quickly. And then you are going to make sure that you are responding to your classmates. So you want to respond to at least 3 of your classmates and be active at least 3 days during the week. So that way there's a little bit of give and take. You read each other's posts, you comment, and then you can come back and see what others had written about your posts. So it's an interactive discussion board. So you don't want to just like run in, drop your information, and then never check back, because this is how we build our community in the class. So, for week 1, the only other assignment we have is the introductory documents quiz. And remember, hint, hint, I told you where you can find where all of that information is going to be. Okay, so you do have 3 attempts for that. So make sure that you're really looking at that information. Not only is it helpful for the quiz, and you want to do well in that, but it's really important that you know what the expectations are of the course. Another feature that I want to point out that will be available to you each week is kind of like a newsletter that I put together each week with the highlights of the assignments, the objectives. There'll be, of course, this little video will be in there, and just some reminders that you need throughout the week. So I just want to show you this. You'll be able to see this each week at the beginning of the week, and it'll be a good point for you to go back to if you have any questions, about due dates or anything specific about the assignments. I try to put little hints in here to help you do your best on each assignment. So for this first week, of course, you're getting used to the course, and we're getting started with grammar. So that's going to be one of the focuses for this week. So I always have like what the focus is, and then also what is coming up for the next week, which will be week 2. So for this first week, since we're in a 7.5 week course, the first week and week 7.5 are a little bit different than the other weeks. So this first week is very short. It's only 4 days. So it starts on Wednesday and ends on Saturday. So all the week 1 assignments are due by Saturday, 11:59 Eastern time. So please note that if you are out of the Eastern time zone, all the assignments are set up for the Eastern time zone. So I have this little message for you to watch a video, and then right underneath it will be this video. So you'll be able to see that, and you can watch it as many times as you want. It'll stay there. It'll stay there for the entire course. You can go back in different weeks if you need to go back and review anything. I'll have this on here every week because this is really super important that I want everybody to really pay attention to. Anything that you are writing out, you're typing out, other than the discussion board, needs to be on a Word document. Okay, so that way it's good practice for you because this is getting you ready for workplace writing, but also it is the requirement of the course, but it also helps me so I can be able to type directly on your assignments and point out suggestions or comments or make marks to let you know anything that was missed. So please make sure that every single document or every single assignment that is written is on a Word document. So good news, you have free access to Microsoft Office. There's information on this guide here. There's also information in the student resources, or you can also contact our fabulous IT department. So make sure that you have this set up on your device. All right, so discussion boards. Every week we're going to have a discussion board. We have it in week 1, we have it in week 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 7.5, week 7.5. So I want you to set a goal for yourself right now to get the highest that you can get, which would be 100%. You want to have full credit because this is one of those assignments that's kind of the heartbeat of our class, and it's getting to know each other, and it is the way that you can express what you're learning about each week's objective, and then also learn from each other. And then sometimes throughout the week, I will be posting some things as well. So now that we have that goal, everyone's going to get 100%, because believe me, this makes a difference in your overall grade. Okay, so first thing, you want to make sure that you submit your initial post, and that is you responding to whatever the topic is that week. All right, so you want to address everything that's being asked and meet all the content requirements, and the word count is approximately 150 words, which is a healthy paragraph. Really no less than 4 sentences, and usually, between 4 and 6 sentences. So a nice, healthy paragraph that answers, and it may be, in some instances, it may even be longer, and that's great too. So once you have done that, and we, of course, suggest to do that by Wednesday of each week to give yourself plenty of time. You've had time to look over the lecture that week, and then be able to come up with a well-written initial post. And then you have the rest of the week to be able to still remain engaged in the discussion board. So you're going to reply to 3 different posts. So that's 3 different people. Again, still using, complete sentences and your best writing that you have. This isn't a formal writing, but you still, anything that your name is on, you want to make sure that you are putting your best effort forward. Okay, so you find 3 classmates, or you can respond to one of mine. And you want to make sure that you're sticking to what the discussion is for that week. And also you want to participate on 3 different days. Okay, so kind of keep that number 3 in your mind. And number 4 is one that I really want you to pay attention to as well. Like I said, anything that you put your name on, you always want to make sure it is your very best work. We are focusing in on writing for the workplace, but also, here while you're at college too, and you're going to be taking other college courses. So you want to put your best foot forward. All of us are involved in texting and chatting and all of that type of language. And when we're, texting back and forth with friends, we certainly cut things short or use abbreviations or emojis and all of that. So keep that for when you're chatting with friends and family. So in this board, you want to again, put your best effort into everything and leave out those spelling and punctuation that we tend to kind of forget when we're texting. But this is a little bit more of an effort on your part to make sure all of those things are crystal clear. Okay, so every week I'll kind of put down here what you have due. There are only 2 assignments this week. So your discussion board, which is an icebreaker. So you're going to be introducing yourself and then going back and chatting with at least three other people. Sometimes people really get into the discussion boards, and that's great, and want to respond to more. And that's, a very worthwhile thing to do. And then also you have your introductory documents quiz. And if you remember, I gave you a hint of where to find that information. So all of that's due by this Saturday. Again, this is a short week, so we get all of this done in 4 days. But I have confidence in you guys. I know you can do that. Okay. And also, speaking of deadlines, we have 8 deadlines. Okay. We have 8 days where you have something due. So that's really not a lot. So I want you to, mark your calendars. Sometimes people feel comfortable having something printed out, and you can do that from this site. You can also, maybe if you have it on your phone, but let your friends and family know, hey, on Saturdays, I got these important assignments due. Now, if you find yourself thinking, Saturdays, that's like the worst day of the week for me. I work every Saturday, or my kids have activities on Saturdays. So never fear, except for this first week where we only have 4 days. But, on a normal week from week 2 to week 7, you have that whole week. I know that some people feel really comfortable about getting their assignments done earlier in the week. Some are in the middle of the week, some are working on them all through the week. But the important part is, as a college student, you want to find that good spot where you can work on getting your assignments done and getting them looking really good and doing your absolute best. Because you not only want to just pass this course, you want to do well, because each course is going to build towards your graduation goal. Okay, so set these goals early for yourself in this session, that you want to finish strong and want to complete everything and complete it on time and do your very best work. It is not easy. I am not going to say that, because it is a lot of work, and some of you may just be getting used to being online and getting back into college classes. So but set some goals for yourself, and get some cheerleaders on your side. Have your family supporting these goals each week that you have. All right, and we're going to do this together, and I'm going to be here every step of the way. So here's also information about me. It's all over the place of how to get in touch with me. You can reach out with any questions. And here's my lovely face. I have to give credit to my daughter. We have in the late summer, there is a sunflower field near our home. And she's a budding photographer, so she took this picture of me. Each week I try and put something inspirational here. We're just getting started with this class, and sometimes even week 1 is just getting those wheels in gear and getting things moving. So set some good goals for yourself, because the secret of getting ahead is getting started. So we're week 1, we're going to finish strong by this Saturday. You're going to be active in the discussion board, and you're going to reach out with any questions. So happy to have you in class, and I will be seeing you this week in class.